So, all right, what I'm going to do is plot y equals lnx. So that's 1. And then I'll have these other integers for that. And since this is in the Cauchy chapter, I'm going to, excuse me, I'm going to estimate using the trapezoidal rule the area under the curve y equals ln x. So, what does that mean? Well, my delta xi is going to be a 1 every time, right? My horizontal width is 1. What's the trapezoidal rule? I take the left endpoint, the right endpoint, average them, and then multiply by the base. Wouldn't that be, if I drew a line from here to here, for example, and averaged it, wouldn't that be this height plus this height over 2 is mid height times the width is the area of the trapezoid. So I'm approximating the area of one of the strips here by the trapezoid. So, for example, I would have ln1, which of course is 0, but I'm just writing it for the sake of completeness here, times 1. That's the estimate here of the area under there. And then I would have plus, sorry, yeah, that's where his formula comes from. Plus ln2 plus ln3 over 2 times 1 again, plus blah, blah, blah. So if I go all the way out to n, what's my last trapezoid? The last trapezoid, this thing keeps going, it looks like ln n minus 1 plus ln n over 2 times 1, right? Well, ln1 is 0. And notice I have 1/2 ln2 plus ln2. That's just ln2. And then I have, the next term up would be ln3 plus ln4 over 2. But then I have 2 ln3s over 2, that'd be ln3. Right? And so forth, all the way up through and including ln n minus 1. But then ln n is still divided by 2 because there's no match. I'm not going any further, right? Okay. So this is an estimate. So I'll make it a wiggly. This is an estimate of the integral from 1 to n of ln x dx. Okay. Being an estimate is an art. What is the sum of all these logs? Oh, you can add them all up. But what's the sum of these? That part's exact. And then plus 1/2 ln n, right? So putting these together, I have the natural log of n minus 1 factorial times the square root of n, right? Still an estimate. Do you agree with that? All right. Now, the difference between what makes it an estimate, the difference between these two things. Let's see. I'd like to get the n factorial in there. Okay, we can do that. All right. Minus ln n factorial over the square root. Why is it that I'm allowed to write that? Why is this the same as that? If I take n and divide it by the square root of n, it's the square root of n. So the difference between these two things is the error. Okay. All right. So much for that. Now, let's just do this integral. What's the integral of ln x? There's one for Amanda. What's the integral of ln x? I'm sure you do this all the time at our 4 class.
Yeah.
Am I supposed to do that's 9. You don't have the calc book. You can look on the inside front cover of the calc. Who knows what the integral of ln x is?
X ln x minus x.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. X ln x minus x from 1 to n minus ln n factorial and radical n is the error term at the nth level. All right, what's this? That's n ln n minus n. Minus, well, 1 ln 1, that's 0. Minus minus 1 is that, right? So, what do you think? Are we anywhere we recognize where we are? This is all true, isn't it? I did that right. That's n ln n minus n minus this expression of value 1, that part 0, this part of that would just be plus. That's okay, minus that. Yeah, I think we're okay here. That peculiar thing there is the S sub n that Burke is writing down. Oh, I see. All right. This is what Burke is. Okay. I have. Yeah.
Why is it plus?
Plus 1. Evaluate this at the upper limit. It's n ln n minus n. Evaluate it at the lower limit. That's 1 ln 1 minus 1. ln 1 is 0. So it's n ln n minus n minus minus 1 is plus 1. Right?
Plus 1.
Easy to do. Easy to do. Okay. All right. I think this is what he did then. You have to kind of fill in the blanks for this guy. Minus ln n factorial plus 1/2 ln n equals piece of that. I've disassembled it and deconstructed that term again. It's minus the natural log of n factorial, and minus the natural log of the square root of n, which would be plus half ln n. He does that so that he can get all the ln n's over here, put these together, and gets n plus 1/2 ln n minus n plus 1 minus ln n factorial is e sub n.